Afternoon, Dowse.
What are you doing, David? How are we?
Oh, very well. How are you after your exertions last weekend? 2 matches in 2 days.
Fighting, brilliant. I loved it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely loved playing. You know, it was Saturday I really enjoyed. You know, like the Sunday when you play, it was a great occasion for the club. Fantastic. Getting 3,000 people here for the charities, local people. The work Dave Curtis done on it, the work Mick Livesey done on it to finish it off was fantastic. So I was like, but I didn't enjoy them games because all the celebrities want to have worldy balls and do pelly stuff and all that, where on Saturday it was like footballers I wanted to play. But so I enjoyed Saturday more than I did Sunday playing wise. Good.
Well, I think they were both great successes.
Yeah.
I'm sure Shearwater think Saturday was a great success for them.
There's great little club in it, great little club.
Lovely.
You know, it's a nice set up, great people. So I was, you know, the attitude of the lads was great down there as well. The setup's good. Beforehand, we had a good kick about with some working legends. Obviously, I'm not one of them, but the lads who played were some of them. And obviously on Sunday as well. So yeah, it's been a good weekend.
And above all else, I think it's worth actually saying this, how wonderful it was to see Kevin Betsy again.
He's brilliant, man. Cigars out, man. Brilliant. Yeah. He was unbelievable. Obviously Lloydie playing as well, but Betsy rang us up and said could he play in the game, and I thought he's the best player. He was unbelievable. I would sign him now, I would. You know what I mean? But a lovely lad. He knows what's going on at working. He knows what we're trying to do here. He's very complimentary what we're trying to do, but a great kid to have around, and it was lovely to see him play. Yeah,
definitely. Games since we last spoke, are you pleased with progress generally?
Absolutely delighted, couldn't be happier. It's a bit worrying really. We said at the start, we've got the lads in, had meetings because we've got them every day, and there's no people being negative around this place anymore. You know, we're massively positive what we do. We just got to have our own little bubble to be positive about everything. And we've said that, we've got the building blocks to try to be a success, whatever success is. The lads have been boarded back to it, come in, they've got the training ground second and on. The food's fantastic. The lads have been absolutely brilliant. They've been brilliant on the training ground. The results have been great. They've been playing very, very well. And right now we're starting to get competition for places where we play free. I can't praise the lads enough. I really can't praise the club enough. And also, it's a great place to work. It's been absolutely fantastic. I've never enjoyed my football for the last 15 years as a manager in this season. So, you know, for the next couple of years, we'll build the football club up, and the way we're doing that at the minute is absolutely brilliant.
And obviously, as you know, because it was at your invitation, I went to training one day last week, and I was unbelievably impressed by the fitness levels, and that's been borne out in the games that I've seen as well.
Yeah, I'd say especially like EFC women are starting next Saturday, and all that, you know, in West Brom, Blinken Neck, and they've been a few weeks. They've been working everything you ask of the players have been done. They've been on time, they've been spot on, they've been very dedicated to the job, knowing that the professional footballers now. It's been a great stint. I've really loved it. I can't, like, it will come a time, maybe Saturday or something, where things aren't quite right, but we've got to ignore that. We've got to go down to the training ground, keep ourselves aware. I do less of these interviews, as you know, because I thought last season I was getting a bit, I would say something, oh, there's Dowse goes again. They've been on about there, no problem. We're all going to be positive. Everything we do this year, nobody's going to get into it at all, and we're just going to have a little thing and try to please the fans by our work rate, by how hard we work, how we've got pass the ball a little bit better, but against 2 good sides. And all that. But yeah, I'm just delighted with everything that's going on. Delighted with the whole club, to be honest.
Is there anyone who's sort of standing out a bit in terms of setting a really professional example? I mean, I would go back to Rico a few years ago, who was a consummate professional and a great example to all the youngsters.
I think there's a few like that now. Tom Champion's flying, being our best player in pre-season. That's hard. Matt Murmy's flying. Josh Casey's flying. You know, De Harbour. You know, yeah, run-ins, and so Max, you know, like, obviously Effion was telling me, people are telling me that Effion doesn't do this, doesn't do that. He's been absolutely fantastic. He has absolutely brilliant around the players. He's worked hard. He's winning runs. Tom Champion at 36, that's probably the best example, because he's been, you know, in the top 3 in the running. He's been brilliant through pre-season. We haven't conceded goals from open play at the minute. And all that. So I don't think anybody's slacking. I don't think we've got anybody who isn't joining what we do. I kind of praise them. I've been here before, haven't I? Seen this snap that we've said we've got our own little camp now, and nobody needs to get it. When we couldn't train, and we'd have 6 or 7 at training, like I've moaned about for the last 2 years, and that's where I've got to finish at. It comes out, now we've got no excuse, so we go away to talk with and lock ourselves behind closed doors, and that's us. And that's where, and the only pressure that will come in is the pressure we'll give ourselves. Because yes, we do things wrong on Saturday, some supporters might shout or whatever, but you'll get them on your side if you work. So, but when it was like that, you would have the whole week and not say, no, it's back in Monday morning, shielding ourselves from everybody, the whole world can stay behind. We just concentrate what we want to do for work and football club. So we're doing, you know, we don't read anything, we don't do anything, we'll get noses down, we'll get playing again, and the whole world's away from you. Just us lot, concentrate on winning a game of football. Fantastic.
Yeah. Since we last spoke, you actually signed one more new player, Tavon.
Yeah, yeah.
What does he bring that you didn't have already?
He'd bring pace and he'd bring goals, and you know, another centre forward where we've got Effion and Oakley or two stopping lads, but we haven't got a threatening behind. He'll bring that, he will. He'll bring a one from wide area where he'll nick a goal there, where great ball by Effion for his header by way. He's scored league goals, that's important as well. With Loza coming back, because Loza's had a baby. I don't know what it is, I just know it's a baby anyway, because he sent us a picture, and you know, he's had a baby, he's back with tomorrow, and get him cracking again and all that, you know, and stuff like that. And you're looking, you're thinking, I tell you what, we're not looking too bad. We've got Johnson who will start anywhere, and you're thinking, quickly, Ross has come in, where I thought Smudger played well the other night, and all I think is competition, and I even think the players don't know what side we're going to pick. At the minute, it's too early, but some good competition there, to be honest, for where we are and what we are. I think we're doing very well, but I think he'll score goals for him.
Yeah, good to know. He certainly, we were speaking before this, and I said that he's played much better every time I've seen him, for me, to where he really looked the part on Tuesday.
The funny thing was, people said, I wasn't so sure about against West Brom. He's playing against a lad who's played 30, 40 Premiership games, the kid. There's falseness, you know, and stuff like that. You know, he nicks a goal on Saturday. He nicks a goal the other night, which was fantastic for the kid. That's all he needs. So we've got some great tests coming up, and all. Chelsea will probably have the ball for 95% of the time on Saturday, and we just got to make sure that we're disciplined what we do. When we play other teams, we might have the ball a lot, like we did against Shearwater, and Shearwater sat behind the ball, and we had to try to break them down and give her back. So it's different ways of different games, and that's what pre-season was about, you know.
Yeah. Charlie Cooper was around for a couple of games but hasn't been seen since. Is he off the radar now?
I think so, yes. I think we got a chat yesterday and probably another chat today. I think he want to be up north and all that, you know, and stuff I do, and good luck with the lad, hope he does well.
Of course. And another face I think perhaps supporters may be a little bit confused is Nathan Collier, who officially retired but has been at every game since and was at training.
I met him on the services, M25. I says, listen, I don't feel comfortable being in the club if Nathan Collier's not there. I like Nathan, I like the way he acts, I like the way he is, I like the way everything is. I says, but you're retired. And he went, well, I haven't decided yet. I said, I'm telling you, you're retired. You know. Anyway, I said, but I want you to be my chief scout with Liam Davis, another lad who does stuff like that. I want you to come in and be around the place when you can, what you can, blah, blah, and what, you know. I'll ever think about it. Anyway, he rang us up. He says, well, you know, I still think I've got a bit off. I said, no, listen, mate, you can't play at this level no more. That's what I think. You've got to down back. You do scouting. You come on the training ground. You be at the face round there. You know, Christian Jolly and all that, you know, and stuff like that. Okay, Gaff, I want to be with you. I want to be on this journey, right? The following night, when I got a couple of injuries, I said, Nath, you know what I said? No, he said, I've just tweeted out, I've tweeted everybody when I'm retired. I said, well, you're not quite retired. So he came back and played, and I'm going to get him on a form, to be honest. But he'd be scouting around like Liam does. He'd be doing the jobs. He's been at Blinken game every night. He went to Ipswich last night and got rained off. Liam Davis, another lad, does a bit of part-time scouting for he does the same. But Nathan, I think he's a great lad. You know, I will get him on a form because he could still do a bit if we need him, injuries and all that. But yeah, it's just lovely to have around the place. Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. And actually, exactly the same goes for Christian Jolly. It's wonderful to see him back. Everybody's
been good. You know, you got Clarkey who's come in. It's been very, very good around the place. You've got, you know, we know about Dale, we know about Martin and all that, you know, and stuff like that. But the new lads, Clarkey's come in, been different gear. You got Christian Jolly, who everybody loves Christian, you know, it's impossible. And you got Nathan around as well. It's a very strong team, in my opinion, to be honest. So,
just to be perfectly clear for people, can you tell us what Clarkey and Christian's roles are?
Clarkey does a warm-up and fitness stuff at the start, so he's just been running the lads around the park there and all that, you know, and doing different things. Christian does the physio stuff and all that, you know, and stuff, and you know, he's been excellent because he's always good to see. He's always first one there, and sometimes you're only as good as your physio, because if you get in your physio and your kit man's down, the players can get down before they see me. Yeah, with Malcolm and with Jolly and all that, you know, it's very upbeat. I think the club's upbeat, to be honest. Yeah,
I was watching him working with Blocky and George Oakley, and he's unbelievably precise and detailed, Christian. And their foot was 3 degrees out of the angle he wanted it at, and he's on them.
I know, he's brilliant, man. You know, he's he beat. I knew what he'd given. He will come to me and say, "Listen, I thought you were a little bit harsh here." He will probably a little spanner in the works every now and again because he knows how I work. If you think about it, I had him as a 17-year-old kid when I got him from a park football, and I took him to there and I saw him at EFC Wimbledon, and he's been been keeping in touch all my life really, and all of a sudden it's great for him to work with me. And you want people you can trust around you, know. If you get people you trust around, you've got a great chance, you know, and stuff like that. That's why I've got to probably get rid of Kelvin. Just so I've got another football director I wouldn't trust. I'm only joking. Kelvin's been brilliant, been fantastic. We all have. So I kind of praise the club all the directors enough. I really can't. I'm being honest how things have went. It's been fantastic.
Great. So you've got the players that you've got, and the trialists. You're not bringing in loads of them. It seems to be a core of 2 or 3 that's getting a chance each game. So how many spots are left up for grabs?
About 3, I think. If we've got that starting 11, if we looked at 11 the other night, Smith, Rossi, if you like. We've got Champion, McMurmy, Dalhava as a back 3. We can turn up in the back 4 with Lofthouse and Casey. We've got Ince, Sol, I'm not mentioning his second name, and Max. You got Effie and you got Oakley, that ain't bad. You know, if you put Campbell in there, like we did, and you know, got young Hamlin as well, and all that, you know, and Salim, but you put that in there, and you put Block in there as well, and we've got, you know, Johnson to go in there who will start, and you got Loza who will go in there who will start. Skinner's on the first as well. We're ain't that far for where we want to be. You know what I mean? So it's very close. I just feel as honest truth is, I think we need 3 players. I think we need somebody equivalent to Hodgie who can go and break something up or do something like that. I didn't mention it here. We might need another one, you know, up top a little bit on one of the wings. Depends how the 2 wingers done. And I do believe sometimes there's players out there. So somebody say to me, well, I'm a bit defensive, to be honest, and I'm not too bad in midfield, but if there'll be 1 or 2 players with a football league starting next week that'll come out, and I do believe we're probably a loan away from having a really good side, or a decent side.
And that was the next thing I was going to ask. Have you got any loan players in mind, or are you 100%. Just going to wait and see?
No, we wait and see and all that, you know. Like Kane Thompson come down the other day from Birmingham, done very well in the game. His legs and things like that. We're talking of MBR, you know, but we'll have a look at that. We have got a couple of us, like Claudio and all that, Fusur, if I said that word right. He played the other night and done well, the winger. He's going to have another game against Chelsea, so that could be 2, but 1 will be on loan. 1. So there's little things like that, yeah. So, you know, like last year I had to have 5 or 6 loans. I think I had, the last couple of seasons, how we've worked, I've had to do loans, and you see them only on a Thursday. And it's different now, because everybody who's with us is in every single day, and we know what we're doing every day, and we set a plan for a week ahead and all that, you know, and stuff like that. You know what Ian's like with his planning and all that, you know, boom, and we're on it. So, you know, it's full steam ahead.
Good. And finally then, playing Chelsea on Saturday, is that likely to continue being a team in each half again, or? No,
well, I don't think it was the other night. Well, we played quite long the other night. We did some people played 90 the other night. Yeah. The first 2 games were like that, we're building up, but I think now, I've got to have a bit of guts and all and say, well, this is my team, and the rest of you play on a Monday night or Tuesday night or whatever. And so it's shaped. It's only because of a few little knocks, that's all. They're not serious knocks, you know. Gary Lewin's been down checking on all the players he has and all that, so nobody's got a serious knock. It's just these pre-season little niggles. He'll be out the way. Block was done and running today, and today was great. We went up at UFC gym, class UFC boxing gym up the road in town centre. Get yourself there. It's absolutely fantastic. And Izzy Powell done a boxing, and Izzy's fantastic. She's done a boxing thing with her. And the lads went up there. Everybody had to go and set of gloves, boxed away and all that in the bags. Absolutely fantastic banter. Then we're done running around the park, so we met some of the local people, and local kids had photographs with her. Then we've been doing yoga in there, so little things like 3 little sessions in a few hours are fantastic, and the lad brings the food down, which is great as well. So today's been a great day, but the boxing was fantastic. But if you can't get yourself up the gym, get yourself up the gym. It's a great gym. It's got everything. It's got absolutely everything.
Was there? There are a couple of videos, or at least one video of this on the club's Instagram, if anyone wants to have a look. And it does look as though they were really enjoying it. Was there any actual contact?
No, I think the Bard probably knocked Salim out a couple of times, to be honest. Just when he's hit it back and all that, you know. But you can tell, like, people like Smudge has fought before. You can tell all that. And he started off great and faded and all that, you know. So just like his football, really. And so it's so he done all that he did. And but no, the lads weren't good. Nick and Musa was whacking into it. He showed aggression, and it was great. And they're doing his exercise when boxing, boxing. Like you say, I walked them down the park, some young kids on the field, want some photographs, that's what it's all about. Ran them around there, fantastic, absolutely had a really hard session. And Izzy done a bit of yoga as well, which was fantastic. The day she's done this yoga, she's done very well as well. So a great 3 sessions in a day, fantastic. And you know, we'll go back to partner play at the Mother, a training ground, when we'll play against a Chelsea side who are probably the best youngsters in the country. I don't know if Jaden's playing, I don't know. I hope he is, and you know, he can come back down. But we'll have a lot of the ball. We just got to keep our shape, and you know. But it's a great test for us. Fantastic, like all the pre-seasons have been. And
then finally, the games coming up against Farnborough and Westfield. Are you going to play youngsters? Or?
No, not at all. No, the pre-seasons there for everybody. When you got the team I've just mentioned there, and I've got to fit Loza, the team on it. I've got to fit Rossi in it. It's just got to play every year. I've got to fit Loza in it. We bought a lad. I've got to fit Johnson in it somehow. I am after, you know, Campbell's got to get in it somehow. I am after one or two more who I wouldn't be saying if I think it's going to be hard to pick. So I want them to prove hard to pick. So if someone off the ball tomorrow, and we'll pick another team for Tuesday, but everybody will be there Tuesday. These games are first team games and nothing else.
Right,
that's why, unfortunately, we have not a lot of youngsters in it at the minute. Because I've got to try to find out what starting 11 is going to be best against Wilson. That's what we've got to do.
Well, it's a good advert for supporters to encourage supporters to go, because they are going to see players in contention to start in the first league match.
And I wouldn't do it anyway. We had like former Spencer Deere getting well with a lad. I wouldn't just send a bunch of kids down. We had to last year because that fixture thing come along with Southampton on the day. Couldn't do nothing about that. But I would be sending the first team down there. And Westfield have been fantastic to us. We send one there. Obviously, Guy McCann last year beat us down there quite comfortably the week before the start of the season. So we're going to make sure the progression's better than it was last year. Hopefully we can do it. Listen, we're going to have a blip somewhere, because in a football club when everything's great, something's wrong. I'm telling you now, something's wrong, and I don't know what it is, but something's wrong because everything's great. So I want something's got to go a bit wrong to me. But at the minute, I can't fault enough. Like, I'm loving life. The players are loving it, and same with smiles on their faces. The only thing we got to do, once we lose a game, or once negativity comes in, just shut ourselves away. That's all we've got to do. We don't have to look at internet. We don't have to look things what we got wound up last season about. We'll put it to bed. Let the club deal with that. We deal with football. Anybody there, I've got a owner, a director, and chairman to protect us that way. That's their problem. Our problem's getting things on the football ground, right? And that's what we'll try to do.
Brilliant. Look forward to seeing you achieve exactly that.
Cheers, David.